Hey there, my fellow anglers and fishing fanatics. Your fishing buddy is here with the latest, most exciting forecast for October 23rd, 2025. Ever wondered what magic the late fall brings to our incredible Canadian waters? Today, we're diving deep into the secrets of a potentially explosive fishing day, guided by the whispers of the wind and the subtle shifts in the water. This Thursday, friends, the conditions are aligning for a unique bite, a mix of late fall feeding frenzy and perhaps a touch of mystery as the waters continue their autumn transition. Get ready, because the fish are getting ready for winter, and that means one thing for us: action. Now let's talk tactics for some of our favorite fighters, starting with walleye. These opportunistic predators are absolutely prime as they stock up for the colder months. You'll want to target deeper waters, my friends, especially those rocky structures and sharp drop-offs where shallow water suddenly gives way to the abyss. These are classic walleye hideouts, often holding schools of baitfish. For tackle, I'd strongly recommend a jig tipped with a lively minnow, or perhaps some slow-trolled crankbaits to cover more water. Keep your retrieves slow and steady, especially if you're targeting those deeper fish. Dusk is often their prime feeding time, so be prepared for a bite as the sun begins to set. Next up, the formidable northern pike. These toothy predators are truly in their element as autumn deepens, becoming incredibly active. Focus your efforts on areas with fresh, green submerged vegetation, as the browning weeds offer less cover and oxygen. Look for them around nearshore structures, points, and even isolated rocks that provide excellent ambush locations. To bring in a pike, use large or regular base-sized spinners, swim baits, or even big minnows. Remember, faster baits presented in the upper portions of the water column can mimic fleeing baitfish, triggering aggressive strikes. For those chasing some spirited action, let's talk smallmouth bass. These feisty fish remain active in the fall, particularly in rocky areas and cooler, clear waters. Concentrate on main lake flats, reefs, points, isolated rocks, and steep drop-offs. If you can locate schools of baitfish, the smallmouth won't be far behind. Jigs, crankbaits, and even natural baits like worms can be incredibly effective. Don't be afraid to experiment with your retrieve. Sometimes a quick twitch and pause is all it takes to trigger a strike. And for the thrill seekers, steelhead, our powerful rainbow trout, offer fantastic opportunities. As water temperatures cool, many steelhead will be making their spawning runs into rivers and streams that feed into the Great Lakes. Focus on these tributaries, especially near rapids, pools, and current seams. In lakes, look along shallower margins, particularly near the mouths of feeder streams where they might be preying on fry. Streamers and minnow-style lures are deadly here, imitating their natural forage. A well-presented worm can also be incredibly effective if local regulations allow. Remember to practice careful catch and release for these magnificent fish. Now let's break down the conditions for October 23rd, 2025. Weather report. Daytime temperatures are expected to hover around 11 to 16 degrees Celsius, 52 to 61 degrees Fahrenheit, across many parts of Canada, with nighttime lows dipping to between 4 and 11 degrees Celsius, 39 and 52 degrees Fahrenheit. For example, in the Kitchener, Ontario area, we're looking at a high of 11 degrees Celsius and a low of 4 degrees Celsius. Precipitation-wise, it's looking mostly dry across the board, though some areas like Kitchener, Ontario, might see a 40% chance of isolated showers, so keep an eye on your local forecast. We can expect moderate winds, which is great for creating current and pushing baitfish, but nothing too extreme. While we don't have a specific pressure reading for this exact day, the overall forecast suggests relatively stable atmospheric pressure, which generally bodes well for a consistent bite. Water temperature trends. This is key, friends. Fall turnover is actively happening in many of our Canadian lakes. This means the surface temperatures have dropped, likely settling into the 12 to 5 degrees Celsius, 54 to 41 degrees Fahrenheit range. The entire water column is mixing, eliminating that summer thermocline and distributing oxygen and baitfish more evenly. This allows fish to move freely throughout the lake rather than being confined to specific thermal layers. For places like Lake Ontario, surface temperatures are continually dropping, with the whole water column heading towards 4 degrees Celsius, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. This uniform temperature makes fish more widely distributed and actively searching for food. The moon's influence. On October 23, 2025, we're looking at a waxing crescent moon. It's barely illuminated, only about 2.85 to 4%. Many seasoned anglers believe that the period immediately following a new moon, which the waxing crescent tracks, can be excellent for fishing. Why? With minimal moonlight, nocturnal feeding often reduces, making fish more eager to bite during daylight hours as they still need to feed heavily. This is a time when fish tend to be less spooky and more focused on finding food. Overall, fish activity. Considering all these factors, my friends, I'm giving the general fishing activity for October 23, 2025 a solid rating of good, tending towards excellent for active predators. Fish are in full bulking up mode, actively chasing baitfish to prepare for winter. The cooling, oxygenated water, combined with plentiful baitfish congregating, creates an ideal scenario for an aggressive bite. Stable atmospheric pressure and a favorable waxing crescent moon further contribute to this positive outlook. Predator species like walleye, northern pike, smallmouth bass, and steelhead are likely to be highly aggressive, trying to pack on calories before the real cold sets in. So grab your gear, bundle up, and get out there, my friends. Tight lines and may your reels scream. If you found this forecast helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more fishing wisdom, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure. What are your go-to fall baits, or did you have a fantastic catch recently? Share your stories and tips in the comments below. I love hearing from you all.